I've been slowly buying up some bits and pieces to take on a MotoCamp trip. Now, as you can see, all this stuff mounts up in terms of space. And all I got is a top box. So, tell me, have I bought the right stuff? Is there something I've forgotten? And how do you get it all on your bike? Okay, first thing I bought, obviously, you can't be without, is the tent. Now, it's a 3-berth tent, which I thought would be ideal for me and my biking gear. Doesn't look too big, it's not too heavy. I'm hoping, it costs about 80 quid I think from Millet, and I'm hoping it'll be a decent tent. Let me know, what do you think? Next thing I got, which is pretty important, is a sleeping bag. Now I've got a few sleeping bags, but I wanted one that wasn't too big, but also would keep me reasonably warm. This is a 3-season bag. It was about 20 quid from Amazon. So, you know, decent brand, decent reviews, not too big, not too heavy. I'm hoping that'll do me for sleeping. Instead of buying an airbed, I know from experience I don't sleep too well on an airbed, so I bought a fold-up camp bed. Keeps you off the ground by about 15 centimetres. Again, not too big, not too heavy. I'll see if I can find a link to put a picture up. Cost about 30 quid I think. But all this stuff is starting to add up in terms of space. Next thing, now I've got my sleeping bag on my bed, so I've got to have a pillow. Something we can tend to go without sometimes and use our clothes or something, but I want to be comfortable, so I bought a pillow. I think that was about a tenner from Millet. And because I like to be comfortable, I actually bought 2. What do you think? Over the top or too much space? Is it going to fit on? Let me know. Another thing for sleeping, don't know if I need it or not with the camp bed, but it was cheap, so I bought it. Self-inflating mattress, that's the size, that's it on the bike. I'm thinking extra comfort on top of the camp bed. But will it fit? So when we get there and we're admiring the view, I think I'm a bit old to be sitting on the floor, so I need a chair. Now these were the smallest ones I could find. There's a few branded ones of these I've seen going about, proper biker brands, but this was an eBay special. I think it's about 15 quid. It looks very similar to the Oxford version. We'll see how it goes. If it collapses when I sit on it, then who knows. But it's a chair, it's not too big. But again, we are starting to mount the old space. Right, we're going to need some lights. So I've got these rechargeable USB rechargeable lights. I actually bought 2 of them, but I've used them before on another camping trip, not a motorbike camping trip, and they do the job well. So, you know, 1, and if I can fit it, so I've got the space, 2 lights. Okay, next thing is we've got to eat and drink cups of tea, haven't we, whilst we're away. So I haven't yet bought a cooker or a stove, because up there I've got a great big cooker which I use on other camping trips. It's got a double burner and a grill. Obviously that's no good. I have got a single one, this one here. Don't know yet if it's too big. It runs on these little gas cartridges, has a nice box to fit it all in. Now I don't have to use the box, obviously. Runs well. You just lock the cartridge and even got a self-ignite. I don't know if you can see that burning away there. Anyway, am I going to need to replace that with something smaller? What do you think? Of course, then there's the kettle. Takes up quite a chunk of space, doesn't it? So, not so sure about that either. I have bought some of these meals. Nope. Used these before. These are great. They do all different flavours and things. This one's all day breakfast. Veggie breakfast. They do curries, they do desserts, they do all sorts, so I know them are good. I won't go hungry, at least. Next thing is you're going to need pots and pans if you're going to be cooking a sausage sandwich or a breakfast. Can't see me doing that really, but I have got, knocking about from previous camping trips, Ridge Monkey. Now these are fabulous. You can use it for toasting making toasted sandwiches. You can use it for making sausages. You know, they do the whole thing. Oh crikey, there's even some little spoons and things in there. That's helpful. But that, I think that is something I'm going to need definite. With perhaps a smaller stove and a smaller kettle. Okay, we're going to need some food, and we're going to need some beer, and we're going to need it to stay cool. So this bag, which looks huge sitting on the seat there, obviously it's collapsible and it'll be whatever size you need it to be, but if it's cheap, it'll keep some beers cool, it'll keep some sausages cold and some burgers cold, and I can make it whatever size I need it to be, and it can fit in my Givey top box, along with a lot of other things by the looks. So I think what I'm going to have to do is try it all and see what fits and what doesn't fit. Oh, there's one last thing that I've forgotten. I did a bit of research on these, and these seem the best value for money. I knew I'm going to struggle, obviously, with just a top box and a back seat. I don't particularly want to buy any panniers. Had some for my last bike and actually never used them. But what I did buy is, and these are good value for money, Lomo dry bags. Now the big one is 40 litres. I was going to buy 2 of them, but then I wondered how well I'd get them on the back seat, so I bought one 40 litres and then a smaller one at 20 litres. Now whether I need them both, I don't know. Again, whether all this is going to fit on, I don't know. But the time has come where I need to try and find out. Now I'm thinking maybe kettle and cooker is where I can save weight, or stove I should say. So I'm going to see if I can fit it to the bike. I'll come back when it's done. Well, I'm quite surprised because all that gear has pretty much gone on the bike easily. Gotta say, these Lomo dry bags, fantastic bit of kit. Now amazingly, I have the small bag, the small 20 litre bag left over, you know, which potentially, if need be, I could fill that and it could, you know, easily sit on the top up there. But there's actually room in the 40 litre bag as well. Now I'll show you what I've got in the top box at the moment, which is far from full. On the top I've put my Q bag. Q bag's got some tools and bits and pieces in just in case of emergencies. I keep that on the bag all the time, but in this case I put the top box on, so the Q bag had to be moved. And in the top box there is a kettle, two lamps, the stove with a gas cartridge in, and this, as I said, can be expanded or squashed to suit. Somewhere to put some beer and burgers and sausages, and there is space in there as well. You know, I'm amazed at that, to be fair. Plenty of room. The whole top half of that top box is still got space in it. Now, because I've opened the top box, I've made everything fall forward. Obviously it's all fitted on loose, and there's another strap here which will go on the other side, but there's a tent obviously on the top because it'd be the first thing I'd need. And the 40 litre dry bag, wow, it's still not full, but in there is the camping bed, the self-inflating mattress, 2 pillows, a sleeping bag, and room for more. So potentially in there I can put some spare clothes. Right, I've also got the 20 litre bag which I could use. If I don't need it, then great. And I have some excess room in there which at the moment needs beer, burgers, sausages. That's about it really, I think. Okay, I'm not planning on going, I'm only planning on doing one-nighters, so I don't need too many clothes with me. I think I can do this. Right, what do you think, guys? Let me know. What have I missed? What am I desperately going to need? Can't help but think I'm going to forget something. But I'm amazed how well that's gone on. I mean, it doesn't look too much, and I'm a big fella, so when I'm sitting on there, you know, that's a lot of camping gear for one person. Right then, I'm thinking maybe, hopefully, next weekend. Clock's changed tonight, so it'll be light a bit later. I don't want to be camping when it's dark at 6:30 because that's a long night. So next week, fingers crossed, weather permitting. Laters.